Hello, I'm Matt Guff from House.com, and this is a great board called the 2019 Burton Custom. This is the Camber version, a really well-rounded all-mountain deck for intermediate to advanced level riders. If you know what's up, you know that the Custom is an awesome board. Within the spectrum of terrain from park to all-mountain to POW, the Custom Camber fits kind of like right in the middle. It does everything really, really well, despite it actually being a all-mountain directional style board. That's right, this is a directional board, but it's what Burton calls an all-mountain directional board, which means that outside of the nose's contact point, the nose is 1.25 centimeters longer. That's it. Inside the contact points, the board has a twin flex, a twin stance, and a kind of like a twin side cut radius, like a centered side cut radius. So basically, when you ride this thing in the park, when you ride it on groomed trails, the board is going to feel like a twin board. You can ride it this way or this way. It's going to feel the same. The only way that's going to feel like a directional board is when you're riding in deep snow. The nose has a little bit more surface area to it that helps it to float. Now, I like the Camber version of the Custom. There's also a more loose and surfy feeling flying V option. The Camber has a Camber style arc. As you see, it raises up in the center. It has really grippy contact points. So, you know, a lot of people with true Camber boards tend to like detune the contact points just a little bit. I'd say I do that so they're not so catchy. But overall, the Camber profile shape is very responsive. It has lots of pop. Has lots of stability while it's on an edge, and of course it's lightning fast edge to edge. This is a truly a fun board, but it does have a little stiffer of a flex rating than your average board, about a 6, a really firm style 6. But again, it does feature a twin style flex, so the nose and the tail are going to feel and flex the exact same. And that's why I say this board is for intermediate to advanced level riders. Most beginners, beginners could probably get into the Flying V Custom because it has raised up contact points, but for the most part, people who are going to enjoy this board the most are intermediate to advanced level riders, or at least who have a couple of seasons under their belt. They know how to link turns and kind of carve around. Inside is a Superfly 2 dual zone EGD wood core. There's lots of different grain directions to the wood core and perpendicular grains near the edges and a squeeze box core profile. That means that Burton has actually milled out the core to be thicker on the medial and lateral sections where the bindings rest for better energy transfer right to the snow. Everywhere else, the board is actually just a little bit thinner. It flexes nice, but still it's actually, a pretty rigid board. There's a lot going on with the fiberglass and, of course, the carbon fiber with the board, too. On top of that wood core is a stitched 45 and negative 45 degree fiberglass with a unidirectional 0 degree fiberglass on top. On the base of the board, there's that same negative 45 and positive 45 fiberglass, but then on top of that is a unidirectional carbon sheet. That's tip to tail and rail to rail, a full sheet of carbon. That's what gives this board its kind of torsional rigidness. I don't want to say it's hard to torsionally twist the board, but it's much more difficult than a triax glass board and definitely a biax glass board. If you want a board that's stable at high speeds, get a board that has that 45 degree carbon highlights kind of construction. That's what the Burton Custom has. Of course, this is a board that you can ride at 1,000 miles an hour, and you can do that with this awesome base. This is a sintered WFO base from Burton, one of the fastest bases that they have, much faster than what you'll find in an extruded base, but you need to keep it maintained throughout the season, so just keep it waxed up if you can. There's a radial side cut, 360 wrap steel edge, and then frostbite edges. Frostbite edges are actually pretty cool. It's protruding edges that give more surface area to the edge where your bindings are. And what that does is help you to grip on really firm snow. But the cool thing about how the frostbite is engineered is that when you dive into a turn, it doesn't like make you sink into the turn more. It just helps you to grip it without being too aggressive. This is a super fun board. You can take this basically anywhere, but again, you have to be a little bit better than a beginner, of course, to ride the Burton Custom. It's been within the Burton line for, what, 25, I don't even know how many years now. A really, really long time. And that is kind of like just a true testament of how well-rounded the Custom is. People keep coming back and back to this board. And, for 2019, this has to be one of my most favorite Burton Custom graphics probably in the last decade or so. Burton really hit it out of the park with this year's custom board. You can check it out at thehouse.com. Leave a comment or a question below. Let me know if you've ever ridden the custom Camber. Subscribe to the channel there. Check out more vids there. And hopefully I'll see you on snow. Peace.